What are you doing?
Adjusting. Adjust.
Recording in progress.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, it is that day.
It is. We should wish it.
Recording. We shall wish it.
We can wish it, even though it's a day late. We're doing our pods late. We used to work ahead, and now we're coming in on Monday nights.
Yeah, it's just so busy.
Are you, though?
I am.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Raining Cats and Dogs podcast. I'm your host, Shannon.
I'm Arianna.
And we're here.
Yep, I am here.
So thank you for joining us.
I got tattoos.
Well, she has many tattoos.
Well, I got two new ones, a big and a little.
Oh, I only saw the little. Where's the big?
Anyways, so the little...
Well, if it's big, where is it?
The little one is boba. I got matching with my one friend because we always go get boba together. And then the colors are our normal drink orders. She got like a tangerine colored one because she usually gets, I don't know, she gets a lot of different flavors. I don't remember exactly what. But
It's okay. You don't have to remember your friend's order.
yeah. And then I got purple for taro.
Okay. It's a drink?
Yes, it is a drink.
It's kind of a cool name, Taro. Sounds like an anime character.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so I got that, and then I added to my leg above the other stuff I was working on. And it's a sleeping fox with a crow and some flowers and
you didn't even show it to me.
skulls.
Is it on your leg right now?
It is, but...
Throw your leg up on the table now.
I will not be doing that.
Show us all.
My artist has not sent the photo she took. It might be on her Instagram, though, or it will be eventually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we had some excitement here yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday or that today?
No, it was yesterday. If you're
yesterday.
talking about what I'm thinking about.
Yes. We had the ginormous chipmunk get into the house.
I heard a squeak, and I saw Zuko take off after something, and then I saw something run across the floor, and at first I was like, oh my gosh, is it a mouse? I was like, no, it's big. Is that a rat? And then as I got closer, I was like, it's a chipmunk.
Yes. So...
And you yelled, squirrel!
I did. My brain kind of processed because she said, is that a mouse? And then I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, no. So I quick opened the door like a little bit because I don't want all the animals running out. And then it ran towards me, and all I could picture...
It's useless after that.
All I could picture is it like clinging to me and biting me.
Okay.
Like from one of those holiday movies. So I literally jumped on the chair and was screaming.
Yeah.
So not a proud moment.
My dog, because he's big and can get food aggression, so I didn't want one of the other animals to catch it, then him get angry that he doesn't have it.
Because the cats initially were chasing it.
So I put my dog in my room, and then I grabbed a broom, and then thankfully our other little dog Alice chased it out of the sliding glass door.
It was my idea to get the broom as I was screaming from the chair. Like, get the broom!
Yeah, you still weren't really any help.
I was not any help. Thank God you were here too, because I don't know.
I was like, gonna grab my dog so he doesn't hurt anyone else trying to get it for himself. And then, because I think he traumatized my one cat. She ran away all scared during the whole thing. But I think she just got in his way, and she was fine. She wasn't injured or anything.
No.
I think just annoyed.
Well, yeah, I thought he was going to hurt his back the way he was going so fast, because obviously a chipmunk can go way faster than a 120-pound dog. So.
Yeah. His feet were sliding on the floor. It was like, you just need to go away.
It was a lot of commotion. And yeah, so, there's fight or flight. My first reaction was it needs to go outside, so I open the door, and then it's just a stand and scream, apparently. So I do nothing. I don't fight or flight. I just stand there screaming.
It was a cute little thing.
Kind of, its tail looked a little messed up.
Well, I think that's because of the cats.
Cats, the dog.
Because I think the cats chased it upstairs, and Zuko saw it come through the cat door. That's when he took off after him.
Yeah, so that's funny. It was a lot of commotion. It was huge, little chipmunk. It was cute. So that was fun. Did I do anything else this weekend? No, I just feel like it was a rainy weekend in Buffalo, and it was cold. Like, we had soup over the weekend. So it wasn't usually Memorial Day is somewhat nice, and it rained pretty much every day. But today
was good. Great. It was actually hot. I didn't like it.
Well, yeah, I'm like, now I gotta go mow, and it's muddy out there.
Yeah.
Kind of upset me. So not to give, I won't give spoilers, but on The
What?
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh.
So I thought I finished it like 2 weeks ago. I did not. And then I'm like, oh, that was a weird way to end it, but I was okay with it. And then, so there's one more to go, episode 10. I've seen up to episode 9, and episode 9.
Wait, I thought you were going to finish it yesterday.
It's not out yet.
Oh.
Or at least on my page, Hulu, because I actually get it free. It's not, I have to wait for it to be released till the 27th. Is that today, the 27th?
No, I think that's tomorrow.
Ooh, when this is released, I might be staying up late watching Handmaid's Tale.
You do that.
I might. Living my best life here.
Me and my friend are going to get boba tomorrow and dinner.
That sounds nice. Oh, where are you going for dinner?
I think it's, so our tattoo artist recommended it. It's like Bam's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds really good. She said they have amazing boba. It might ruin you forever else. So,
wow.
We gotta go.
That's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I really wanted to on Friday go see the Stitch movie, but now I'm glad I didn't because I've heard some negative things.
Yeah, I've heard some of the changes they made aren't so great, but we haven't seen it yet.
But now I don't
from what I've heard, I don't want to. I just like how they're making fun of the fact. Can we spoil it?
Okay, so if you don't want to hear this, just fast forward a little bit. But if you go on social media, it's all over social media.
It's all over TikTok.
Yeah.
Is that Nani give up Lilo to go to school?
Yes.
And they're like, it was a marine biology school, but Hawaii has like 3 and they're like the top in the country.
Right.
And she could have won for free.
Right. So
it doesn't make any sense even.
It doesn't make any sense. And I hate the whole point of the movie, though, was that they would stay together.
Yes.
And there are a lot of siblings that do raise their siblings and things. So I just felt like they wanted to give into like this selfish culture. Just give away your kid and go live your life and forget about her.
Yeah.
And like
weird.
The thought of like a family member going into foster care. Look, there's a lot of good foster care systems, homes out there, but I've heard a lot of horror stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't like how it ended, and because of that, I actually am not in a hurry to go see it now.
Well, wait till it comes out for free.
Yes, and I guess they also took out like Lilo taking photos of like the tourists.
Yeah, I've heard that instead of a tourist, she's taking a photo of it was a Hawaiian.
Well, so the indigenous people of Hawaii.
Yeah.
So like, that doesn't make sense. She's also supposed to be indigenous, so. Unless
the whole thing was to make fun of
the tourists that are invading Hawaii. And and I feel like people of Hawaii might still like that today, like make fun of people that are on their land, I don't know. And I always liked it because it was like a really huge guy with an ice cream cone, and she'd always take his photo kind of like that in the first movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, and I only know what I know, but I don't know. Someone out there, give us your opinion if you've seen it.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, but I love the first. I like the original.
My father texted me. He watched it and he said I should go see it.
Oh. So he went and saw it?
Yep.
So, and then on Friday, so I took off of work because I used to camp on Memorial Weekend, and I just don't because I rent like a camper and it's really expensive for a long weekend. So I no longer camp, just being single and stuff on the weekends, like Memorial Weekend, Labor Day weekend. So I'm like, I'm going to be home, get stuff done. It was raining. So my pool was opened on Friday, and I will send photos. So I have an oxygen system on my above ground pool that we put in last summer. I'm sure you heard me talk about that a lot last year. And they're like, I don't think it's leaking, but it was also raining. And so I've been filling it up because, it's below the filter when you empty the pool, like you winterize it. So I have my hose out there all weekend. I'm like, God, it seems extra wet around the pool. So now I'm looking around. It's not really filling it up. Yeah. So now, along with all this rain that we've been getting, it's pouring out. Look at that photo, pouring out of the oxygen. So if
I took
the
that
photo.
Oh, yeah. Look at that photo. Yep, I took it.
Oh, someone's annoyed with me today.
Okay.
So I did that, and I can't even think now when you make fun of me.
Sorry.
That's rude.
Anyways, water's pouring out of the pool.
It is pouring out of the pool.
Like a hose was on.
Okay. like a light faucet.
No, it's a mess around the pool now. It's really deep.
It's so deep. It's so disgusting. Called them. Of course, they're closed today because today is Memorial Day. Hopefully, they better call me tomorrow. I will be calling them. The problem is these oxygen systems are like $400. I don't have that now to replace it. It's less than a year old, so I'm hoping they will replace it for with a warranty. If not, I guess we're going to like chlorine or whatever. I don't know.
How dare you damage my skin like that?
I don't know what to tell you. You want to contribute $400 for a new oxygen system?
No.
I don't think so. So hopefully it's still under warranty. If not,
I hope so.
it's got to go.
Yeah.
So this is where like I would have called my one friend who also has a pool. I would have said, hey, I'll pay you for your time. And I would have he would have been happy with, so a little bit of money. And I would have been happy with if he could get the parts, but he was also camping. So I had no one else to call.
Yeah. We were alone. Stranded. Abandoned.
Abandoned. Left to our own devices all weekend. Nobody comes, visits.
No.
Didn't even get to have a hot dog on Memorial Weekend. Last year, no, we had one hot dog in the whole season.
Did we?
We did.
I remember that.
Every once in a while, I crave one, and
I
then
like
I'm
the
good.
ones with cheese in it.
I used to buy those for you when you were little.
It reminds me of my childhood. And then, the rice, the chicken and broccoli rice or whatever, that also reminds me of my childhood. I think you would make those two things look together often as well.
I think I did. I think it was like a lunch when you were really little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, lunch of champions. I don't even know if anything's real. The broccoli's dehydrated. It's like completely processed.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
I don't think I had anything else really going on.
We've seen each other a lot this weekend.
Yeah. My big thing was just my tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I watched The Terrifier for the first time. Understood why you're afraid of clowns.
I hate
The first one was scarier than the second. Second one got a little weird. But then it's just they're very gory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Saw without really interesting storyline.
I don't know if I want to see it. I don't like clowns. You want to make me watch it though, don't you?
I do want to see you watch it.
Well,
you just need to watch it.
You just watched it, so I'm not going to watch it alone, so we'll have to wait until...
I'll watch it again. Now that I'm prepared, I've seen it happen.
Oh, God. I don't think is it as good as Saw, though?
No, it's not so good as Saw. Because there's no, I like Saw because it's the mind games. This is just pure killing.
I would
It's just the same, goriness that Saw has.
Gross.
Yeah.
I would describe Saw as thought-provoking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not here. This is more he just kills.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Called The Terrifier. Does he have a painted-on smile?
No, it's just he paints his lips black all the way around, and then his teeth look disgusting, and then he smiles and looks weird. Yeah.
Oh, it looks gross. Sounds gross.
Oh, you want to see a photo?
I would love to see. So you can share it with me. We'll share it with you on Instagram.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's get this up, and then I'm gonna go see what the dogs are trying.
I'm a little concerned. I can share the news when the dogs are.
Okay.
You check on them.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't like clowns. They scare me. They just really terrify me. I don't know why.
Doesn't speak a single word throughout the whole thing.
He doesn't talk either.
No.
I've never liked clowns, even as a child. I had a doll that in my room for my biological father that I'd make my mom keep in her room because it scared me. So this whole me not liking clowns runs deep. And then I saw the movie It, and forget it. After I saw It, it was kind of over. So news with Shannon. So I found this, it's kind of all on the topic of sex, so if you don't want to listen to that, I'm sorry. So in the 1900s, 5 Russian women agreed to be artificially inseminated with chimpanzee sperm as part of an experiment funded by the Soviet government to be created a human-ape hybrid. I do have the photo, and I will share it. Yeah.
Oh, no. That can't be real. That's not a real photo.
I think the photo might be AI generated.
That's definitely AI.
I don't know. It's just freaky. That's just what they shared. And then, this is interesting. So America's most Googled sex questions are revealed, and number 1 is the most concerning. So do you want me to go down for the top 10?
Yep, let's hear it.
Wait, sorry. Content's unavailable right now. What? It was just on it. Hold on. Give me a chance.
You've lost your chance.
I've lost my privileges. We'll never know the answer. Oh my God, you're cutting me out.
All right.
Okay, I'm back.
So,
I'm back in it.
Moving on.
It cut me out again. So I guess we'll never know.
Wait, Google it.
Okay. I'll just Google it then.
Yeah, just Google it.
I'm Googling. America's top 10 What was it? America's
Oh my God.
most Googled. Most Google. What did we watch? What was that other movie? The Alien movie. That was interesting.
So we watched a weird movie. I forget even what it was called. But basically, the mother had a new boyfriend, which he
was very hot.
Yes, he was. But she thought it would be a good idea for her daughter to meet them when they were on a vacation for like a week in the mountains. So like, one, if you get a boyfriend, I would like to meet him over dinner and I don't want to be stuck in a house with him. Two, why was he wearing a Speedo? I don't want to see anyone. I think I have underwear that covers more than that Speedo did. No one needs to see that.
That's true.
And then, so he would get weird and touchy with the daughter and was like smelling her underwear, and which was disgusting. And like she was showering and he was like sniffing like from behind the curtain. It was weird.
It was weird.
And then I still don't even know what he was really, other than it's like some kind of parasite, because he said he was studying these like parasites in the lake and she saw him like disappear underwater. And then the mom got pregnant. So then he put her like in this tank where she gave birth to some weird humanoid. I didn't even know. They didn't even show it. And they never even showed because he like transformed into something, but they only ever showed the feet of this thing. It was some weird monster, right? They never actually showed what he looked like.
No.
Budget was too low for them.
Yeah, they're not like top 10ing it for me. Like they're not like putting a 10 order. I have to read the whole article. So I'm sorry.
Excuse me, I'm still talking about this movie. And then he tried to get with the daughter. But then I don't know exactly what happened, but the end scene is her trapped in some kind of water coffin, and then it kept zooming out, and there's multiple girls trapped in these, like, water coffins.
Yeah, and there are many of him that look like him.
Yes, there's a lot of guys
in the town
that all just look like him.
Yes.
That's weird.
I think because he was so good looking, but not like...
He wasn't that good looking.
Yeah, but no one would say he wasn't good looking.
I guess.
Like the one of him was walking around with glasses on in the town, and yeah, it was weird.
It was very strange, but that you just can't date, we've decided.
No, I just want to go on vacation and have you meet my boyfriend in a Speedo for the first time.
Weird.
So
I don't think any guy needs to wear a Speedo around anyone else other than...
I thought you were going to say around children. I'm like, okay, you're an adult.
I'm sorry, I don't want to see any guy besides maybe the person I'm dating, but then I feel like they shouldn't wear that around, like, anyone else.
So if you're on a vacation in Cancun.
Even, maybe. Okay, but anyways, but one of the opening shots of this guy, they zoomed in on him walking just that region.
They really did. I felt like there wasn't anything left to the imagination.
No.
It really
weird.
It was a little weird. I will have to admit.
And then they made it seem like somebody was going to go on with this bracelet she had, and then nothing ever happened with this bracelet.
I think something did, because the mom had marks too on her wrist. It was a fertility bracelet. Actually.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So he gives women fertility bracelets because he wants them to have his child.
Yes, to make them adapt to the weather or something. I don't know. It was confusing.
I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird. Oh, but the number one, want to guess what the number one question in America is?
What?
It is, I Googled this, how to have sex.
What?
Is the number one Googled question about sex in America.
So it's probably younger.
It must be young kids. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope it's young people, and I don't know. Why are they so confused? I have no idea.
Are we done with news with Shannon today?
It wasn't very newsy. I think we learned more about the movie we watched.
It was a weird movie.
We gave no title, so
I don't
good
know
luck.
what it's called. Something with below. I don't even know. So it's below.
Something below. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, shoot.
I don't even know. It was weird.
It was weird.
It wasn't a good movie. It was just a weird movie.
It started out good, and then it took a weird turn.
Yeah.
And then her mom slaps her when she's trying to tell him.
Horrible mother.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what mother's like, come meet my boyfriend, and he's just going to be staying with us at this vacation house.
Surprise! We're engaged. Surprise! I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Surprise! I told him I'm only 35, but I'm actually 42.
Yes. And what was he, 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was upset about that, I think, because, he was young and fertile.
That's the optimal baby-making age.
Right. So she'd have this one baby, and then it'll probably be it.
Yeah, see? I think it was. I think she died. They never showed that.
I think she did die.
Oh, I think they all died.
I think they're trapping women to impregnate. I don't know.
I don't even know what was going on in that movie.
It just ended so weirdly.
I had no idea what was happening.
I feel like a writer had a vision and someone else took over and took it a different way.
I think someone had a weird dream and they tried to make sense of it, and then it just got weirder.
Yeah. I'm still upset by one of my dreams that I had this weekend that I told you about.
We have a guest.
Oh, we have guests.
We shall pause.
Okay. Oh, now it looks like it's starting over again.
Oh, no.
No, it says 20 minutes, so okay.
Gosh.
Hopefully this is good. We got a nice company and came over, so that was nice.
It was nice, but I'm not restarting this.
So if you missed all our beginning stuff, I'm sorry. This is the Raining Cats and Dogs podcast. There may not be a video this week because my computer died.
Moving on. We're going to the subreddit 2 Hot Takes, hosted by Old Bandit Coot 628.
Okay.
My boyfriend wears his best friend's underwear all the time.
Ew. I don't like that.
I am 28 female, dating a 25 male. We took a week-long trip with friends to the beach in Florida in February. We were eating breakfast one morning, and my boyfriend mentioned he did not pack enough underwear for the trip, and he was on his last clean pair. I told him I was going to Target, and I'd get him some, and his best friend says, I always pack extra. I'll let you borrow a few of mine. My boyfriend said, thanks, bro. I thought they were joking until his friend went upstairs and returned a few minutes later with 3 pairs of boxer briefs. I guess that must be a guy thing, because when I made a face and said it was nasty they share underwear, all the guys shrugged and said as long as they were clean. So my boyfriend, for as long as I've been with him, has worn the cheapest plaid boxer shorts from like Fruit of the Loom, but the 3 pairs of boxer briefs his friend let him borrow were from American Eagle and Calvin Klein. He never gave them back, and wears them all the time now, even when his own underwear is clean. His best friend was coming last week to help my boyfriend move some old furniture out of the garage. And I mentioned to my boyfriend I washed the underwear he let him borrow when I did laundry and put them on the sofa for his best friend to get when he comes over. And my boyfriend said, why'd you do that? I want to keep those. He went to the sofa, picked them up, and put them in his drawer. Isn't it weird he would wear his underwear and continue to do so even when his own are clean? I even went to American Eagle and got a 3-pack of boxer briefs, and he wears them, but still wears his friend's underwear.
I was going to say, maybe he just likes that brand better. I mean, once...
I don't know if... I get, like, okay, they're clean,
mm-hmm.
but I think they don't need to keep going back and forth. I feel like that friend understood he's not getting those back.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Once you wear, so, like, let's say... If I happen to borrow someone's underwear and they were clean for whatever reason,
mm-hmm.
I'm probably not giving them back.
No.
I'd almost rather give my friend like a gift card. Like, here, go buy yourself a new pair of panties or something.
She was going to Target. Mm-hmm. He could have just gotten some new underwear.
That's true. I don't know. Is there like a deeper meaning here? I mean, going back and forth is weird. And I'm sure if it's been like a long time now, the friend doesn't want them back.
Yeah,
I know
the friend does not want them back.
So I guess they're his now. I think it was also stop weirding me out, but it really bothers her. Like, eventually I probably forget.
Her.
Like,
I think I would forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, top comment. Well, I can't give them back. Now they're as nice as underwear.
Mm-hmm. They're his favorite, apparently.
Yeah.
They're nice and broken in.
Yeah. Ew. Another comment. I guess it's a little bit. I don't see the big deal. He should just buy underwear of that brand for himself. But I doubt the friend wants the underwear back at this point.
No, no one would want it back.
No one wants it back.
No.
I don't know why I bothered.
I'd be weirded out seeing like underwear out. Just, well, we're friends here. Here you go. Like, what are these? I don't want.
He was like, these are used.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. If I was a friend, I'd expect if I'm being handed underwear, it should be new. Like, sorry, I took yours. Here's a new pair. Mm-hmm. I don't want to just keep going back and forth with this underwear.
No, it's gross. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. I almost think she made it weird. It wasn't as weird until she's like, why is he still wearing his friend's underwear?
Made it weird.
She made it weird.
All right. Now we're going to go stay on 2 Hot Takes. Posted by least-comfortable-41. This is why we background check. And it has an image. It's Iowa Courts Online electronic docket record search. And it has... like ton of things come up.
There's a ton of stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be background. So, that goes along with the earlier story, if it's still there. So we should background check. So if she would have done a background check, nothing comes up. Sometimes nothing's also bad because the guy was an alien.
All right.
All right, let's get into it.
I know there are men out there who understand why we do what we do to keep ourselves safe as women, but for those who don't, story time.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a guy last year and we fell out of touch, but he contacted me last month to rekindle things and asked if I was still interested in meeting up. We had a few discussions about how things would go, boundaries and whatnot, since online dating tends to go a little faster, or that's just how I flirt, and he seemed okay with it. I was excited. I'd really liked this guy last year, and it was my fault we lost contact. Now, I notice he goes days without answering and whatever. That's just how some people are, and he'd be very reassuring, and everything was that it was fine. Until we got to this time where he hit the 3-week-ish mark, and here I am making the joke that maybe he's in jail or something. I still hadn't done any digging because we hadn't set up a date yet. He works out of town, so he says, so I hadn't worried about it. Now I'm going to dig. What I found? Y'all, 3 separate Facebook profiles, a false age to hide his record, financial issues rivaling mine. I mean, what's the matter at this point, to be honest, but it's the number of lawsuits. Clear alcohol issues, and several assaults. I'll let the length of the rap sheet speak for itself. Moral of the story, he might actually be serving time right now, and this is why we Google.
Oh, yeah. What's the top comment there?
Top comment, we had a guy apply for a job, and my boss was happy to hire him, but needed ID to get him aboard. Guy says he can't provide his driver's license because he can't find it, but happily gave us his criminal record to prove who he was. Most of the 6 pages were breaking and entering and inciting a minor to commit theft. He also had an order restricting him from spending time with people under 18.
Oh.
I calmly pointed out to my boss that apart from the hundreds of thousands of dollars of tools he would have free access to in our workplace, we also had a 17-year-old apprentice. We never called the guy back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of places background check for work, but I guess for dating, it's good to background check too.
Yeah.
There should be a company that does it for, how
There should.
Well, let's start a business.
Ooh.
We should start background checking for dating sites and dating people.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's actually a really good idea, I think.
Another comment. We had a guy that applied to be a car salesman. He said on his application that he had a clean criminal record. When we did the background check, he had multiple charges for grand theft auto. Oh. Needless to say, he didn't get the job. He must have thought we were bluffing about running background checks.
Well, a lot of people say they do and they don't. I don't know. I think they're good. Though sometimes it can be a little harsh. Like if you made a mistake 10 years ago and something comes up, I feel like, if you have nothing else, give someone a chance too. They paid their time. But if it's current, at one place I worked, we had one background check come back. I was a little nervous telling him he couldn't work for us because they let him start before the background check came through, which was, I don't know, weird. Anyway, so he actually was involved in a serious, I'm not actually going to say what it is, it's just the case, but let's just say it was serious and I was a little bit nervous to give the news to him.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it was more of a violent crime.
Oh.
Yes, against a woman. So I was like, oh, great. So I think background checks are good. Mm-hmm. I just think we have to be careful too, because I heard a story once. There was a poor woman that she had a DWI when she was younger or something. And then she had a hard time, even though she had, college educated, good in her field, finding any other jobs because that always showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, if it happened 10 years ago, people, change.
And if it happened a month ago, okay, I get
stole
it.
a car last month.
Yeah. But if he stole the car when he was a teenager, maybe now he's in his 20s, maybe give someone a chance.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I think background checks are good, but not, not the say all end all. She's tangled in cords. Yes. Go. Yeah, okay. And go ahead and give us the next one.
Let's see.
What are you doing? Sorry.
What is happening over there?
There we go. I had to guide her out.
We're going to r/AITH, hosted by Glitter Mama 1. Am I the asshole for flipping my daughter's boundary back on her?
No, I'm going to say no.
Some background. My hubby and I have been married for 21 years. Retired now. We had a major issue that came ahead 8 years ago. We decided it was best not to live together. We're still there for each other, still date, still call each other husband and wife, still celebrate our anniversary. We just live a mile and a half apart.
Oh, okay.
My hubby and I are used to popping in on each other whenever we want. Yes, we text and call first. So, last fall, my youngest daughter, in her 30s, and sister-in-law moved in with hubby. It was... Oh, sorry, the cat. What are you doing? She's biting me.
She's trying to get Alice.
Okay. It was for the best for them. They pay no bills, saving for a house down payment. That's what her dad prefers. Before Christmas, I'd gone over to visit. We were all in the living room visiting. For some reason, daughter got a little snarky. We were just chit-chatting, her, me, and hubby, and I asked why she was acting this way. She retorted, "I don't like you coming over here." I was like, WTF? Yes, words were exchanged. Names called on both sides. I walked out. And slammed out, really, I should say. One, I asked hubby later why he didn't say anything. He said he didn't know what was going on until we were both yelling. We talked about how I felt that he disrespected me, and he agreed that if he had heard the arguing before, he should have said something to her. Two, I did a couple of weeks later apologize for the names, but not for the way I left. I was specific. I told her I was sorry for the names. I shouldn't have said them, but also I was not sorry for reacting to the way she popped that out in my husband's house. No, she did not apologize for her name calling. She said nothing at all.
Oh.
This is where I feel I was in the right and wrong at the same time. I told her I would be coming over when I wanted to see my husband, but I would not be acknowledging her or speaking to her. I told her if she didn't like it, she could go to her room or leave, but it wasn't her house.
Good job. Okay.
I wouldn't be coming over to see. I told her I would be coming over to see my husband. Son-in-law has told me he isn't going to get in the middle. We still speak, and yes, she knows. Since then, I have kept to my boundary, and I have visited my husband, but not spoken to her. It has been very hard for me. I raised her and her older sister until I married my husband when she was almost 14. To her, he is dad, and he feels the same way. Her bio dad and her have not spoken since she was 20, 21 years old. To be honest, I do tend to walk on eggshells when I am around her, because I never know the tone of voice, subject matter, difference of opinion will set her off. She's been diagnosed with bipolar depression and refuses to medicate, which is her choice. But it makes it very difficult to know what the mood she is in, if a switch is going to flip, or she'll just plain takes offense at something unexpected. I've spent years watching what I do and how I speak around her. The family calls her attitude the world according to. So am I the asshole for refusing to go by her order and sticking to mine in my husband's house? I don't feel like I'm in the wrong, but I have a lot of mommy guilt every time I'm there and ignore her. But I'm very tired of her dictating what, how, and when I speak. And I'll not quit to go visiting my husband.
Okay. I'm more everyone sucks here, actually. So I don't like how she reacted, but she did apologize. I don't like the whole name calling stuff. But in the heat of the moment, we all get there. Well, I don't know we all, but a lot of people get there. I can relate to that. But okay, your daughter's 30, so you're probably in your 50s. You need to be an adult. I mean, your daughter also has some mental health issues. Yes, it's her choice to medicate or not. It's also her responsibility to manage that. So, but you knowing this and being her mom, I would have apologized, acknowledged she did not apologize. I would still go over anytime I wanted, but I wouldn't cut ties where I'm ignoring her. Like, I find that weird.
They can still be civil, say hello.
She can still be civil. Maybe they don't have the relationship maybe that she wanted, but still have how are you doing? And if she gives you an attitude, then you just don't have a conversation. That's all. You don't have to argue and have it escalate, but you can still keep going. And yes, her husband should have said something, but he didn't know what the heck happened. And it sounded like her and her daughter really react poorly amongst each other, where I think they both could use some counseling. So this is where I think everyone sucks. I think the mom kind of sucks, and obviously the daughter kind of sucks.
Yeah. Top comment. That was one of the craziest stories I've read so far. I think the whole family needs help. And then someone replied, I need help after reading it.
Yeah. I think they all need therapy is what they need.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole husband and wife living, it's not the whole even separate rooms thing, separate houses?
Yeah, it's weird to me. I mean, I know everyone has to live their own life and do it their way, personally, I find that weird. I think counseling, I could see if you're arguing a lot, like she seems like she's got some anger issues, the woman, the mom, OP. So I think that maybe it's needed for a time, but if they're both popping over, they seem like they have a good relationship. I think eventually mesh together back in one home, maybe separate bedrooms if that's needed, but it's weird. Or divorce. Like, why are they hanging on?
Then, it's very strange. And then also the daughter doesn't want her coming over there. Like, there's got to be some more story behind that. That's not just all of a sudden, I don't want you coming over here.
Well, and it's one thing, name calling from the mom. I think the mom might also have some bipolar issues or maybe some mental health issues or just anger issues. Who knows? But like for her to escalate that quickly in name calling, I would leave angrily, and I would feel bad if I was like, oh, you know what? F you, right? And then leave. That's not me reacting positively.
No.
You should remove yourself from the situation before it gets to that point. But like an F you, but if they're name calling, are they actually calling each other, you little bitch, you're a bitch, you know what I mean? Like how bad was it and how quick did it escalate?
Yep.
So the whole family needs some help. I feel bad for her husband, not the husband living in his own separate home because he's part of that whole thing. And the daughter's husband.
Yes,
dude, maybe you might want to run. Take a good look at this. What's happening? You don't want that to be your future.
Yeah. So everyone needs therapy.
I say everyone needs therapy, but in this case, they all need some therapy. Yeah, I don't think there's everyone sucks. Like maybe the dad and then the son-in-law, they're the only ones that are not the asshole.
I agree. All right, we're going to move on to Am I the Asshole, posted by Magical-Princess. Am I the asshole for blowing up at my sick husband when he asked for help with our toddler?
It depends on their relationship. So I'm going to actually probably say no. We'll see if I'm wrong.
All right. I plan on sending this post to my husband once the verse is in, whichever way it goes, so I'll add as much of his perspective as I can. Our toddler was sick through the weekend. I was up with him one night from 12:15 to 2:45, and off and on the next night. Probably got 10 to 12 hours of broken sleep the whole weekend. Yesterday, my husband mentioned he was starting to feel a little sick. Last night, I went to bed early, hoping to catch up on rest. All throughout the night, my husband woke me up way more often than my toddler ever does, even on a bad night. Some of the times were not directly his fault, but other times it felt like he was being inconsiderate. 1, he snored loudly in my ear. 2, he asked for another blanket because he had the chills. I told him it was at the foot of the bed. He asked for help and reminded me that he helps me when I'm sick.
That's fair.
And that he'd still do the morning routine with our son. 3, he had a nightmare and I had to shake him awake from. 4, he whispered at Alexa to ask for the time. 5.
That's annoying. If I'm sleeping, do not do that.
He asked for another blanket. I gave him mine. 6, he made a phone call in bed and left the full volume voicemail to his work to let them know he'd need to take a sick day.
Oh my God.
7, at 5:30 in the morning, he woke me up to ask if I could do the wake-up routine with our son. I do bedtime. He does wake up. At this point, I blew up. I expressed how mad I was that he woke me up all night long, and now I have to wake up early and do what he said he'd still do. And I don't get to stay home and catch up on sleep. He said I was in the wrong because marriage is in sickness and in health. I immediately got up to get ready. He said I didn't have to start getting ready so early. I said yes, I did, because I start work at 7:30. I barely make it to work on time when I wake up at 6:30. Now I have to unexpectedly skip my shower, get my toddler ready, and get his food ready for the day, feed him breakfast, drop him off at daycare, and then take myself to work. I said he was a grown man with a cold, and he robbed me of the rest I needed, and that I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. At that point, I asked for space, and we haven't talked since. I was late for work, which is a big deal at my job. I might be the asshole for blowing up at my husband when he asked for support during unexpected illness. Am I the asshole for being mad at my sick husband?
I'm going to say, yeah, but we've all been there.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I'd be so pissed at him. Like, to be woken up so much, like, in the middle of the night, and then to call in bed, make the phone call. Like, come on. Yeah. And then, don't worry, I'll get up with the sun. Then he doesn't get up. I get it. He's sick.
I like
he can't get up.
Alexa, what time is it? Then can you imagine Alexa's on full blast?
He's whispering, hey, Alexa, what time is it?
And then it's all loud. It is 2:30 in the morning.
Actually, Mom would say, "Good evening, my queen," and then it's 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, no, I'd kill him for that. I'd be so pissed.
He doesn't have a. Well, he made a phone call in bed, so his phone's there.
Yes,
That's probably what's most annoying. Is like he could just flip his phone over and look at it.
I think he's inconsiderate. Like, oh my gosh. So in that situation, she's not the asshole. I don't like when people keep score, though. Like, and I do find it weird, and maybe because I did a lot of the stuff on my own with the kids, like I did everything. But like, what's the big deal about getting your I guess it would be nice to know it beforehand, getting your toddler ready, and now you got to drop them off at daycare if that's not part of your normal routine. And I think more places are more 50-50, which is great, but it doesn't have to be so equal all the time. It's like you got to be flexible sometimes.
No, I do bed. You must do morning.
Yeah. Though I really wouldn't feel like doing morning because now I'm also missing out on sleep. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be to the point where I'd feel bad after I blew up at home.
Well, how sick is he? Because if it's just a cold, could he look after a toddler?
Yeah. But no, he's going to want his rest. He's got man cold. Like, he's got the definition of man cold. And I always think, is that a thing anymore? But apparently it seems to be. He doesn't seem, according to her, that sick. The watch, he's like, oh my God, I had the flu.
Yeah, he was really sick.
I ended up at the hospital.
Top comment, not the asshole. It's one thing if you slept all night and he was up sick all night and woke you up and asked you to handle the morning routine. It's another when he's fully kept you awake, waking up for extra blankets, asking the time, and making loud phone calls. Absolutely awful behavior from him. Your angry feelings are valid. If this is a one-time thing, when he's better, circle back and have a discussion. If this is his typical man flu/cold behavior, he needs to stop it. Sleep deprivation is cruel.
It is. I mean, if you know, but you know what, to me, this is like, you know. I guess he should be comfortable. If I know my husband is getting sick, I'd probably sleep on the couch. Be like, oh, you know what? I know where this is heading. If you do the morning routine, that's fine. But then you'd actually get a full night's sleep at least. Like, he was ridiculous. The whispering, it was really what gets me. Yeah, the calling in bed.
Another comment, asking Alexa what time it is, knowing his phone is right there is what gets me more than the blankets, I think. It feels like he's mad he's sick and is taking it out on her. I'm curious if that's their normal dynamic or what.
Yeah. Or just like, if I've woken up cold, I've just gotten my own blanket. Like, why would you wake up somebody else to hand you the blanket?
Yeah.
He seems kind of inconsiderate, too. Unless he's so sick he couldn't get up. But his phone was right there. So I don't think he's that sick.
I don't think so. So there's requested info/update. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to.
All right. He's sick. Be nice. That's in quotes. I agree. I also felt unwell. I was never mad at him for being sick. I was mad about the wake-ups and the last-minute change in plans that could have been avoided with better communication. Grace and empathy should go both ways. Another quote from the comments. Wait until it's your turn to be sick. We have been together for 10 plus years, and we each have the same standard of self-sufficiency, but we generally need help and help each other when sick. Soup, tea, meds, the works. Within reason. Extra TLC is appreciated, but we're not children. Never have I ever woken him up repeatedly throughout the night. This was an unusual situation that was exacerbated by my sleep deprivation and his sudden symptoms. Why didn't he help you over the weekend? He did help a lot during the daytime on the weekend to give me rest breaks because I did the overnight wake-ups, but that does not include naps. I find it extremely difficult to take naps, and he knows it. My mind just doesn't turn off until bedtime. He generally can't help with overnights because of a legitimate medical condition that could worsen with repeated lack of sleep. Husband does all the wake-ups and lets me sleep in on the weekends to make up for the overnights. Why didn't you sleep in the guest room? We don't have one anymore. Why didn't you take the couch if he was sick? Symptoms didn't hit hard until after we went to sleep, which is why we didn't initially sleep separately or change the morning arrangements the night before. Why didn't you take the couch after the first few wake-ups? I'm used to a few wake-ups. I wasn't expecting the next 5. Once I'm physically up, I'm mentally up. If I had gotten up from the bed, it would have been difficult to go back to sleep at that point. Does he have sleep apnea? I've suggested to him in the past that he does and should do a sleep study. He hasn't yet, and I'm not going to make an appointment for him. Snoring and nightmares aren't his fault. I already said they weren't. The nightmares are regular for him. We often sleep separately because of them. per my request. We'll go months of sleeping apart, but then he'll say that he doesn't sleep well alone. And since we only have the couch as a separate sleep space, I often cave and let him sleep with me again. He doesn't let me take the couch. I feel like they need separate rooms.
I do feel like they need separate rooms. I feel like he has a lot going on when he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes I have a lot going on when I'm sleeping. I scream.
Yikes. Why did you take a sick child to daycare? Daycare's policy is 24 hours fever-free without other symptoms or medication. I could never be married to you. You're so selfish. I wasn't taking applications, but you can feel that sexual tension between us, or is that just me?
Oh, I love that.
All right, to the update. Husband saw the comments and guaranteed me uninterrupted sleep going forward. I again offered to sleep on the couch, but he insisted he take it in the baby monitor. As a compromise, we'll be sleeping separately on weeknights and together on weekends, unless I need to catch up on sleep or if one of us is sick. After seeing all their perspectives, including husbands, agree with I'm the asshole verdict being 20% the asshole. I had a right to be mad, but I should not have blown up. You should be able to ask for help, but within reason. I apologize for being snappy. He apologized for the wake-ups. No divorce lawyers necessary.
Well, Reddit is quick to say, divorce.
Yeah.
That's why I hate when I'm quick to say it too, sometimes with these stories. But, yeah, I think compromise is fine. Compromise is part of a marriage. It does sound like separate bedrooms would work just because he does have a lot going on at night.
Mm.
And anyone would snap. It's just recognizing, yeah, I probably shouldn't have. And it's okay to apologize for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone like days without talking to him. I would have felt bad, brought him home some tea and, you know what I mean? Any medicine he might need for his cold. Like, sometimes you are hit hard with something. So that's more like the flu than a cold. Like usually colds are kind of slow. You got sore throat and sniffles. It sounded like you might have had a little bit something stronger. So I don't know.
I think so.
I think 20% asshole's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think it's justified. I would blow up too. I need my sleep.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't do well with that. Being interrupted and then
over and over, and then the whole Alexa thing, and then the whole and just phone's right there, and then calling on the phone.
What time is it? Then it just blasting.
I'd be so angry.
Oh yeah. I
would be so angry.
Like they're both kind of the asshole a little bit.
I get it. He's sick, but
have a blanket to the foot of the bed. Have a blanket. Just take mine.
I mean, like the one night when we both had colds. I kept waking up because I just couldn't breathe and I was laying down.
Oh, on the trip?
On our trip, on our vacation. So I had like one night where I was pacing a lot in the bedroom.
Yeah, those rooms are very small.
Yeah, in a hotel. It's a hotel bedroom. And so...
Oh, that was annoying. I think that was our first night, wasn't it?
Second night? No, it was once we got sick.
Oh, I don't know. You woke me up a lot on that trip.
I don't want to hear about it.
Maybe I should get my own room for our next mother-daughter trip.
Well, if it's just a hotel, sure, but... I can afford it on our like Viking cruises because you got to pretty much pay for two people in a single occupancy.
Wait, do I know someone else that snores? Maybe you two should room together.
Who knows? Maybe by then I won't barely snore.
Okay.
You never know.
All right, we're moving on.
All right, she's just rude.
Okay.
Gonna go cry now.
That's dramatic. I just need to get better earplugs.
Yeah, I did buy earplugs. We'll get you better ones. Or maybe we bring a sound machine.
I don't know. That might be worse.
I don't normally sleep with one, so that I think we're both waking up with this freaking sound machine. It's so loud.
Yeah, I remember I would kick your bed when you're snoring really loud. It made me feel better.
I liked the ship, though, because I did like how it felt like the moving a little bit. That was
You're
nice.
being rocked to sleep.
I was being rocked. Yeah, it was nice.
All right. Now we're going to r/parenting, posted by com_goose_8421. Fiance chose a trip over our injured toddler. Am I being unfair?
No.
My fiance and I are getting married in a few months, and we have a toddler together. Yesterday, he was carrying our toddler on his shoulders when our child fell.
Oh, my God.
We ended up in the hospital with a concussion and a minor internal bleeding.
Wait, how old is this baby?
I don't just says toddler.
You don't ever drop a baby. Like, what? Okay.
Obviously, it was probably an accident.
I know, but you hang on for dear life and your toddler's up there. Okay, go on. I'm judging. Sorry.
It was terrifying. Because of the concussion, our child had to be monitored and woken up every 2 hours overnight. So I stayed at the hospital alone to do that while my fiance went home. He had planned a trip abroad a few weeks ago, to meet a friend he had a falling out with. Apparently, they needed to reconcile before the wedding, or the friend wouldn't attend. The trip was scheduled for today. The accident happened yesterday, and we came back from the hospital this morning. Despite everything that happened, he's still going on the trip. I'm really upset. I feel like after such a traumatic experience, the priority should be staying with us, especially our child, to help and emotionally support us. He insists this meeting is important for the wedding, but I feel like his priorities are wrong. Am I wrong to be upset?
Oh, I'd be furious. I don't know if I'd marry him. Wow. Okay, so accidents happen. I'm having a hard time. We've all had that. Well, anyone that's had a toddler, you've had them on your shoulders. You've carried them. Like,
oh, gosh. And mine are internal bleeding.
Yes. Yikes.
A little baby.
He's a baby. And concussion, like, he could actually have some brain damage that could affect him for the rest of his life. Like, yeah. And then for him to still want to go on the trip. This guy can't understand. Like, yeah, you had a falling out, but look, my baby is injured, had internal bleeding, has a concussion. I'm going to stay here because we're all kind of traumatized. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be very traumatizing.
Yeah. Can we talk? Can we Zoom? Can we FaceTime?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no.
Yeah. So top comment, they need a trip to reconcile? What the fuck? They can't have a video call considering the situation? Time to ask your fiance who the priority is.
It's a vacation.
Well, there's a comment here. This guy's trying to have one last adventure prior to being married. I have a buddy who pulled the same crap. Luckily, they ended up canceling the wedding.
Yeah, I don't know if he's cheating or if he's in love with his buddy or wants one last hurrah.
Or is it an ex-girlfriend?
Oh, who knows what he's up to? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't feel good. And then the gaycation was a reference from a story we read a few weeks ago. We read it?
No, we didn't. That
we
is
spoke
on
about
Reddit
it
on Wiki.
Oh, okay, but we did discuss it. Did we discuss it?
Yeah, we discussed it.
Okay, or it's just coming out of nowhere. Yeah, so that's where that's coming from. But yeah, I just, I don't like ultimatums, but I would think, where's your priority?
Yeah,
and if he's still left, okay, the wedding is off.
Yeah, I think we need to think about some things before we go forward.
Yeah, I would let him go then.
Yeah.
But then my bags might be packed when you come back, or the lock's changed. Yeah. I don't know. Let him pick his priority.
Yeah. And someone said, for real, a trip with someone who isn't even a bestie or an active friend, someone you're at odds with, just tell him to not come to the wedding. I don't have time for this. I'd be pissed about him wasting PTO on that too.
Absolutely. Like, I don't even understand, like, why. That's why I am wondering, I'm heading more towards, like, a last hurrah just to get out. Yeah. Whether it's just, drinking with some friends or it could be worse. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't like this.
Someone's like, oh, it's probably a girl. The other person's like, oh, you don't know what he's into. And then there's another comment. We also broke back mountain. Just saying.
Right. He really could. Maybe it's the last hurrah with his good friend.
Yeah.
His friend's at odds with him because he's getting married, maybe.
Yeah. Another comment. You're not being unfair. It sounds like your child was seriously injured and you are sleep deprived. Oh, yeah. She had to wake him up every 2 hours.
Yeah.
You and your child should take priority. Why were you at the hospital alone? Did they not allow both of you, or did he need to take care of your other children?
Is there an answer to that?
Nope.
I was wondering that too. Why did he go leave?
Yep. No answer. The OP deleted her account.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably went forward with the marriage, but she might be out here asking for marriage advice afterwards. Because I don't know. She didn't like the response that she was getting. So. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to see it written down.
Yeah.
Especially when you're leaning that way, but you don't want, you're leaning that way, but you have a kid together, so you don't know what to do,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Like, I knew someone that told me they got divorced like many years ago, but she's like, she had, found out that he was I think he was cheating. Something was going on. And that her gut was telling her to not do it. It was a Friday. Their marriage was the Saturday. And I think she found out like the day before the wedding, some big news. And but she's like, well, I have family coming in from out of town. So she went through the wedding.
Oh.
They're married for like a couple of years and then they ended up divorced.
What was it?
I don't remember.
What? Was he cheating?
I don't know if he was cheating. There was some big news. Oh, I remember. I'm not going to say this on the podcast because it could be identifiable. It's not any of my core friends now. It was someone from the past. But yeah, no.
What is it? I need to know.
All right, I'm going to tell it out there. So I'm sorry if you're the person. I don't care about him. It's more the her.
Uh-huh.
She found out the day before he had a child. So he didn't cheat, but he had a former child with a stripper. But then he had nothing to do with that child.
Oh, that's almost worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because it would let you know, like, oh, God.
Wow. That's something that should come up while you're dating.
Definitely. Like, hey, just so you know, I have a child with a stripper. I don't even know if it's mine. I mean, there's DNA testing. It was his. He ended up being a good dad to his kids that he had with this woman, even though they did get divorced. It wasn't because of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they did get divorced because he was cheating. I don't know. Any guy that's hooking up a stripper, again, I'm sorry if that's your profession. I don't want to be insulting to you. But if a guy does that and then keeps it a secret, you must.
It's the secret.
It's a secret.
And then I think I wouldn't look at like a guy the same if he's like, oh, I know that's my child and I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't care where you, like what the other woman's profession is. You could literally not like her. She might not even be a good person, and you need to do something with the child. Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just more shocking. Like, wait, but I think he tried to like make himself feel better by saying, well, she's a stripper.
But that doesn't have anything to do with it.
The more I think about it and saying it out loud, I'm like,
matter.
What a jerk. Who cares what she does?
Yeah, that's how she made money.
Yeah. It's just honest
a job. Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
And those women are strong. I always say that. They're in shape, they look great, and they're so strong.
Yeah.
Just need some bleach wipes on those poles. Other than that,
I'm sure it's clean nowadays. When's the last time you were in a strip club? Never? You don't even know.
I've been to a strip club. But yeah. I just know it was dirty. When I went, it was dirty.
How old were you? 16?
No, they let you in. I was 19, 20.
Well,
yeah.
Wow, yeah. Didn't you have 2 kids at that point?
Well, you weren't with me.
Nah, all right.
That would have been weird.
That'd be weird.
Parents, please don't bring your kids to strip clubs.
I feel like that doesn't need to be said. It's pretty obvious.
I don't know. Are kids allowed in the red light district in the Netherlands and Amsterdam?
Well, why would you bring your child with you while you're going there to do that?
What if you're just out shopping, but then you need to stop in that area?
Well, I think if you know the area, you would avoid the alleys.
Maybe. But if it's so common, maybe you're free, not...
Maybe.
You're like, oh, it's faster to cut down these alleys.
I guess it's like any other job. Like, oh, yeah, that's their job.
Yeah. I actually wish it was more like that, actually.
Yeah,
Like,
see,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's just a job.
Just a job.
Yeah, so I don't think, we went grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the women in the windows.
Yes. Yeah. I wish.
Do you want to pay your way through school one day? Actually, no, do they have free college there?
I don't know if the Netherlands has free college or not. But either way, want to make some money while in college?
A lot of those countries do, though, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Europe has a lot of free college.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you have to pay something, but it's not like here.
Yeah.
Where people, like, 4 years, if you go away to school, you're like $200,000 in debt, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right. I forgot we went to the red light district.
We did go to the red light district.
Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more and call it a night.
This is on AITH, posted by inside_bunch_2890. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband relight my daughter's birthday candles for my 3-year-old to blow them out?
No, you're not the asshole. I hate when people do stuff like that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Let the child, its birthday, have its moment.
Yes.
The other child will have their own birthdays.
Exactly. I agree. You know, the Kelsey wife, so she had a whole thing about that too. She respects whatever you do in your home, but at my home, we don't relight the candles. And it's whoever's birthday it is, it's their time to open up gifts. Everyone gets a special day.
Yep.
That's how I
you can
feel.
do what you want in your home, but if you're in my home, don't let your child open my child's gifts.
Yes, exactly.
I, 32 female, have seen and read plenty of stories where spoiled kids have blown out other kids' candles or thrown a fit when they're not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, 35 male, apparently has not. Friday was my daughter's 10th birthday. The day of, I will make them food of their choice and a small cake. The party is usually at a later date. After we ate, we got her cake ready, and my 3-year-old was very excited. I had explained to him all throughout the day that it was his sister's birthday, not his, so he had to wait for the cake. We lit the candles, sang happy birthday, and she blew them out. This is where I might have been the asshole. My husband grabbed the lighter and tried to relight them so the baby could blow them out. I said, no, it's daughter's birthday, and I refuse to allow my son to be one of those spoiled kids that can't understand it's not their day. His face fell immediately. He said he was trying to help and keep the baby happy. We dropped it there. Well, yeah, he's going to be at some other birthday party and start trying to blow out kids' candles.
Right, no.
He was kind of quiet the rest of the night. I didn't mean to come off harsh. I just didn't want my daughter to feel like she had to share her day or that it wasn't all about her. I have sat down with my husband and we have come to an understanding. But before I get to that, so this is an update. I wanted to address some things. I received a lot of comments about 3 not being a baby. We are aware we do not call him baby. My 3-year-old will correct anybody that calls him outside his actual nickname or name. It was a post for post purposes, so I wouldn't use his name. Second, my 10-year-old daughter doesn't have issues being kind or sharing. I didn't ask her because she's the kind of kid that will say yes to make you happy, even if that's not what she wants. I was able to tell her to her face that she was happy I said no to her. Thirdly, the toddler didn't ask to blow out the candles or show any interest in the candles. His sole focus was the cake. He didn't cry, get mad, or throw a fit. He was happy with his slice of cake. Lastly, my husband is not misogynistic. He doesn't usually play favorites. He encourages all our kids to be the best they can be. He tells the girls they can be anything they want, and being a girl will not stop them. His thing with the 3-year-old is that he's our last, so he's trying to be as involved as he can. Oh, and as stated, above this wasn't a party. It was our intimate celebration before the party in 2 weeks.
What?
Now to the update. We had a conversation about the kids that night. I apologize for my tone referring to the kids as mine. I told him my intent was not to come off so harshly. I just didn't want my daughter to feel like we were taking her moment. He apologized for attempting to relight the candles, especially while they're still on the cake. He really wasn't thinking of the grand scheme. He thought our son would just like to have a turn. He did realize he was thinking about how daughter would feel, and that's why he got kind of quiet. He stayed thinking on that after the fact. He had a conversation with daughter, letting her know she's important, that he didn't mean to take her away from this moment. So all is well in the household.
Okay. No, yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it beforehand, before you finish the story. But yeah, I feel like, again, you do what you want in your own house. But I feel like personally, I think every child deserves to have their special day. It's their time you celebrate your sister. And when it's your birthday, you get to blow out the candle and she doesn't get to. Everyone gets a turn. I've seen that too. Because kids start whining, everyone gets a turn blowing out the candle. They start opening the birthday girl's gift, or I've seen parents request gifts for the sibling as well. The only time I like bringing a gift for siblings is like new babies in the house, right? Because they're feeling a little left out. And it doesn't have to be a big gift. You can bring a book or just something little.
Yeah.
So they feel special, so all the tension's not on like a new baby.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Because birthdays, no.
Yeah. Top comment. Kids need to learn that not everything revolves around them. Many parents seem to not realize this these days. And then another comment after that was, many adults don't realize this about themselves.
Many adults do not realize it. Yeah, no, I think it's so good to learn that, going in. I mean, how many events as an adult, like you, like even at your age, that you've gone to, and even though maybe it's someone else's special day, but someone else would turn it on them. Sometimes they don't mean to, but it's just, sometimes people are self-centered and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Or not self-aware, I guess. So, yeah. Nope, I'm 100% agreeing with her.
I agree. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. I mean, obviously it's always taken back when someone speaks harsh to someone else, but in the heat of a moment or really quick, she just,
Yeah.
And moms do that, especially, I don't know. I did because I think I stayed home with you and your dad traveled a little. You guys are my kids. Like, I always said my kids. Obviously, it was our kids. But when you were little, I always referred to you as my kids. You are mine. But you're also your father's.
Yeah.
You're not immaculate conception. And I didn't.
What?
I'm not a frog. I didn't have babies on my own. So.
How annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been lied to my entire life.
Sorry. But on that note, I hope everyone enjoyed our podcast. Thank you so much. Please like, follow, subscribe. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Reddit.
r_cats_and_dogs_pod.
Great. You guys have a great week and be kind. I didn't know if he has anything to add.
And nothing to add here. I think I'm in the mood for ice cream.